Hello, everybody. Welcome to From Nothing, Lorna's story. The next session, we're picking up right where we left off. Lorna, you've just discovered the armor Malcolm left for Adora. Well, you're the same size as her, it turns out. Um, so,
Hooray.
and also you have her blessing to use it, the Druidic Moon Chain. So, it's the middle of the night. It's like
Uh-huh.
11 at night. What are you
Yeah.
doing?
Uh, uh, how comfortable does her party look in their repose?
I mean, you guys haven't really done anything today.
Yeah, so everyone's just kind of like chilling.
Everyone's chilling. Yeah.
Uh, this has seemed like a safe enough place. What time does she expect it is?
It's
Like
11.
midnight? 11. Ugh.
But you've had, like, the first 3 hours of a long rest.
Yeah, she doesn't want to like, all right, get up. We're walking back to finish our long rest. She'll just lay back down.
Okay. Your party all...
Finish out the long rest of the cauldron.
Sure. Your party all kind of, like, assembles about to try and get back to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
It was Anscombe's watch. And then it was... Whose watch was it next?
We didn't decide.
Okay, so
wasn't a
Anscombe was
specific
first. Let's
person
go
picked.
ahead and hop over to the watch order and actually sort out who's
Sure.
watching when. So, Anscombe was first.
Lorna will take second. Instead of going back to bed, she'll just recline.
Okay.
Um, she's feeling positively chuffed in her armor. So,
Out of curiosity, is there anybody you'd like to have a conversation with during your watch?
um, I don't have one specifically in mind. Of course, if somebody else wants to talk to her, they are more than welcome to join her.
I don't think anyone has a particular subject at the moment, so we'll just...
Sure. If someone joins her, she'll like have like a normal. She'll converse with them, but it doesn't need to be like directly addressed. I suppose you could say.
How's that look?
Sure.
All
There
right.
was a moment where I was like, "Is Lilith and Skolna really gonna take the same watch together?" That's something. Yeah.
Not likely.
Uh-uh.
Anyway, your watch, you're watching with Norre. Norre's
Mhm.
just continuing to work on her song.
Mhm.
We go ahead and switch back to this. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Okay. 16.
Okay. Oh. Okay. If you've got nothing for Nora, your watch passes without incident.
Like Lorna's not silent, but she doesn't say anything important.
Sure. Okay, then we go to the next watch. I'll roll. Okay. Then let me roll to see if something happens. Nope. Final watch. Okay. You're awoken fairly early in the morning as you finish a long rest, and you can go ahead and press the long rest button. The Galdring and its immediate area is peaceful.
I like that. I love the idea that Nolu was like, you can stay in our guest house, basically. You had this big long fight, and here are some nice beds to sleep in. And like, if she checked in on them, they're not even home.
Yeah.
Over the night, they just slept in the woods because I guess they're used to it.
Very curious indeed.
uh, First and foremost, does Lorna know, or can she think of a good humble offering to Luminos? Because she saw that shrine on the way in toward the Galdring, and she knows they're probably going to pass it again. And she thought she'd leave something behind.
A good offering for Luminos is something of worth, whether it be straight up just coin as a tithing, or it's something that means something to you. That is the sort of sacrifice that Luminos appreciates.
Do I have anything like that? I have a stick of dynamite.
That might not be a great offering.
Ma'am. I need to keep personal effects that I can donate to gods just on standby. I think she would like, what is it? 1 gold coin. Is that a good offering? If not particularly meaningful, but at least a sign of respect.
It's a totally reasonable tithe.
That's what she would put on the way back.
Okay. Well, first we have the travel back.
Yes.
So, as you and your party kind of gather and get ready and leave the Galdring, heading southwards toward the Verdant Grove. Let me go ahead and get the travel music going. Tierra's leading the way, as per usual. Can roll survival for him. However... Oh, that's really good. On the way out here, you noticed that the forest was almost like guiding you. This time, as you're heading back toward the Verdant Circle, it's not giving you a pathway, but it is also not hindering your progress.
Okay. The vibe has changed.
The forest seems to be indifferent.
Okay. Maybe she's in a mood today.
Perhaps the blessing was for that day.
That it makes sense too.
One assumes maybe she thought you were going to return the same day. Then again, Nolo did not know that you had to wait for the moon to rise. So...
No one did.
Indeed. As Tyr is leading the way back, he kind of comments, well, it's not quite as friendly as it was on the way out, but it's fine. It's not trying to trip us or attack us or anything like that.
I do really like that. It's not doing that.
Please roll me a d8.
Okay. 5.
Okay. Hold on. Okay. As you're walking, and it's been kind of a pleasant quiet, you do notice Tier keeps looking up every few minutes as if he's expecting something that isn't there. It's like an old habit that refuses to go away.
Oh.
And then...
I think... Ooh, okay, go ahead.
No? What were you going to say?
I was just going to say, I think Lorna would like, if she notices that, I think she would just kind of like bump her shoulder against his, but not say anything.
Okay. He also doesn't say anything, but it's clear he's in a little bit of a dour mood.
Mm-hmm.
Tierra is not so good at the hiding how he's feeling. That being said, Tierra suddenly holds a hand up. Wait.
Oh. Okay.
Do you smell that?
Does Lorna smell anything?
Roll perception at advantage because he's helping you.
Okay. 25.
Yeah. Suddenly the air is tinged with a scent of rotting vegetation that was not there. It's like you suddenly come across a plant that is deteriorated, but you don't see one, you smell it, and it's potent.
Mm-hmm.
Tier's looking around. You know what that smell means, right?
No.
He kind of glances back at you with a raised eyebrow. It might be a shambling mound.
Like a shrub? A killer shrub?
Yeah, close enough. You know, big...
Is there a way we can just...
I don't know where it is.
Does Lorna get a sense of direction from the scent?
No.
Or is it kind of like all...
It's all around. That smell kind of warns you that you're in its proximity, but you don't know exactly where it is.
Lorna didn't know what the scent indicated, but would she have any idea what they tend to look like?
Are you proficient in nature?
No.
Roll Arcana.
Okay. Pretty good, 23.
Big pile of plants.
Is there any big pile of plants in the vicinity?
There's many of them. You're in a forest.
Shit.
You're in a
Does she
very
think-
dense, old-growth forest. You're looking around. Any one of these huge masses of vegetation could be a shambling mound.
Does Lorna think that her eyes of detect magic would be able to give her any clue? Like, are they kept aloft by magic? Like, what is the nature of these creatures?
A shambling mound is its own plant. It is not composed of magic, so you don't think detect magic would help.
Oh.
If you had find creature, that might help.
No, not at all.
Okay. Fair enough. Tier says, all right, if we want to avoid getting attacked by a shambling mound, let's all be quiet.
Okay.
So, Tier is recommending
Creep
stealth.
through. Yes, that is perfectly adequate for me.
Go ahead and roll stealth, as the party will as well.
Yes, I rolled good.
Tier roll a natural 20.
Nice. Tier's not about it today.
Well, Nori rolled like shit. Anscombe rolled like shit.
Come on, guys. Anscombe
What
has
about
the cloak of elven kind.
Yes, he does.
Did
He
roll
still
like
rolled like
anyways?
shit.
Okay.
He's also wearing plate. Okay. Here's what happens. Your group all kind of files up in a tight blob around you and Tier. Lilith and Skolna on your right, Anscombe and Nori on your left. Crouched, moving slowly, trying to avoid making a whole bunch of noise. And as you're creeping along, Anscombe sets his foot down, and all of you hear as a
God.
a chipmunk comes flying out from under the brush where he set his foot, and you hear Anscombe say, "Oh shit, I'm sorry." And as he says that, you see vines begin to wind their way up and around his leg where he just stepped.
Jeez. Oh, man.
Which there is a shambling mound right next to Anscombe. We're gonna have to roll initiative.
Okay.
You rolled really well. Tiara rolled really well. Skolna rolled okay. Everybody else rolled shit. So.
Jesus.
Yeah, this is the wrong music for this. Okay. Jesus, that's really intense.
Too intense.
Yeah, way too intense. Okay. Let's try this. Sure. Oh, we roll NPCs. Okay. The shambling mound that reached out to grab Anscombe is going to get an attack, as that was its surprise. It hits Anscombe with a 22.
Okay.
Anscombe takes 8 bludgeoning damage. Oh! Help! Please! It's
on it.
Tier's turn. Tier darts around to the other side of the shambling mound. I said they were out here. I said to be quiet. And Anscombe's like, I didn't know there was a gerbil or whatever that was. And Tier's just shaking his head as he pulls out his swords.
No, it's not.
Rolling with advantage. He hits. Okay. Rolling damage. 14 points of slashing damage. And then he swings again. With advantage. That's a 1. You gotta do better than that. That's a 19. Okay, that's better than that. And then another 10 points of slashing damage. It's now Skolna's turn. Skolna darts up and away and up like a tree, and will draw her short bow. She does not get sneak attack, but she doesn't get advantage, but she does get sneak attack. Goodness gracious. Which I think is 4d6. So that's 5, 9, 11, 14, 19, 25 points of piercing damage.
Jesus.
Rogue. That's Skolna's turn. She's going to dart the rest of the way up the tree and hide. And rolls pretty well. Okay. It is now a different Shambling Mound's turn.
Oh, goody.
One in the tree that Skolna has climbed up
Oh, no.
suddenly reveals itself as it reaches for her. Skolna, not one to cry out, is attacked from surprise. Okay, that hits. Skolna takes 9 and 5 is 14. Yes, I can do math. Skolna takes 14 points of bludgeoning damage. And then the Shambling Mound is going to try to engulf her.
Stop it.
Skolna has to make a saving throw. She succeeds. Skolna manages to get out of the Shambling Mound before it can actually get all around her.
Hooray.
It's now Lilith's turn. She sees this one Shambling Mound that's like half up the tree, and Skolna's now above it. And she sees the other two around, and she says, "All right, I got you." She runs up underneath the one by Skolna and is going to make attacks.
This will definitely improve their relationship.
One certainly hopes. She hits with a 17. And does minimum damage.
Hooray. She's like, her heart's not in it.
Then she tries again. And hits again. And does 10 damage. Okay. It's now Anscombe's turn. Anscombe is in melee with this thing. He's got advantage. He's drawing his longsword. He hits. These creatures don't seem to be hard to hit, but the blows don't seem to be doing a whole lot. It seems like they have a lot of hit points.
Mm-hmm.
As the blades are just like cleaving into masses of vines. Okay. 8. Hits again. Oh, he can't roll ones. Come on, Anscombe. He can't roll ones. There we go.
Come on, Anscombe.
And then 12 damage. All right. Lorna. It's your turn.
This will be fun. Haha, she's just gonna step away. And you know what? I always haste Anscombe. Let's speed it up a little bit. I mean, well, that is the intention. Let's change it up a little bit. She's gonna cast haste on Skolna.
On Skolna.
Why not?
Okay.
Two attacks for Skolna.
You haste Skolna.
She's never experienced haste from Lorna before.
Yeah, she is hasted. I'll just use this. Because it looks like a little fast guy. Okay. Bonus action?
I don't think I have one I want to spend. No, I don't. That is the
Okay.
turn.
Nore's turn. Nore sees these two Shambling Mounds. She's already in melee with this one. But she's going to consider her options here. And she's just going to do a slashing flourish on this one.
Oh shit. Haste is a transmutation spell. My staff does something about that.
Okay.
When casting a spell of transmutation school of magic through the staff, roll a d20 on an 18, 19, or 20. The staff will expend a number of charges equal to the spell's level and not use any spell slots.
Roll a d20.
No, I rolled a 2.
Okay.
But it's important to remember.
Yes, it is. Nori does hit with a rapier. And then I add a bardic. 7, 11, 17 points of damage with that slash. And she will attack again. And miss. Oh well. Okay, next. Back around to the next shambling mound. The one surrounding Enscom, Nore, and Tier. It is going to move and engulf Enscom and Nore. They both need to make Constitution saving throws.
Ow.
Nore fails. Nore is engulfed. Anscombe succeeds. Enscom is not. Nore becomes restrained. And she does take some damage. Nore takes 12 points of bludgeoning damage. And then the shambling mound is going to slam Anscombe.
Slamscombe.
And it will hit with a 21. Anscombe will shield. Alright. So now Tier's turn. Ooh. Alright. This is quite enough. And he runs up and he's going to Hunter's Mark the shambling mound. And then he's going to attack it with his swords.
Swords.
Okay. Let's see here. He has advantage. He hits. So 6 plus a d6. 7. Oh. Next attack. Misses. Skolna, who is hasted. She is alarmed at the haste. She's never experienced this before.
Sorry, I should have warned you in advance.
She doesn't comment or say anything, because why would she? Instead, she raises...
Sounds like her.
She draws her Frostbrand rapier and is going to attack with it. As Lilith is in melee as well, she has advantage from... Okay, that's a 19, so that totally hits. Rolling a d8. 5 plus 5 is 10, plus the d6 of cold. 11, plus 4d6 from sneak attack, or 3d6. 17, 18, 23. Okay. She then pulls the rapier back and thrusts again. Seeing an alacrity she's never had before. She does hit. So this plus the cold, so 8 plus 5 is 13 plus 2. 15 on the second thrust. Alright. Skolna will bonus action.
She can go a million miles per hour.
She's... Yeah. She sees Lilith in melee with it. She will bonus action climb down around the tree as she disengages. And then gets over here next to you. Out of melee range of either of them.
Hello.
She's like jittery and looks at you, like confused, but then looks back at the mound, drawing her bow. That's her turn. The shambling mound next to Lilith. It's going to attack Lilith.
It is very on brand for Skolna to leave Lilith.
It is, yes. It misses. It's going to try again. It hits the second one. 13, 17 points of bludgeoning damage. Oof. Lilith is going to reduce that with a parry. By 6, so 11. And Lilith looks over at Skolna and says, "All right, thanks." As she, like, knocks the vines away, as a lot of them lashing at her. Second attack. It crits Lilith. Okay.
Silver bars.
Okay, it rolls again.
The anti-crit machine.
That becomes a miss.
Advantage on... Who's next? Anscombe? Yeah, Anscombe.
Okay. That's the Shambling Mound's turn. It's going to move into Lilith's square and try to engulf her. She's going to roll a con save. She fails. Lilith is restrained.
Oh, damn it. Lilith!
She looks up. What? As she can't move. Hold on. I'm looking for the restrained. There it is. It's now Lilith's turn. Does she try and break out of it? Or does she try and attack?
Yeah, she's not going to get it. That would just cause bigger problems.
She'll spend an action to try and break out of it with athletics. She succeeds. She gets out of the Shambling Mound's grasp. She action surges.
Nice.
Miss. Miss. She misses both attacks.
Wow.
But
Lorna
she
doesn't
is
say
no longer
anything.
restrained.
She thinks things.
It's now Anscombe's turn.
He has advantage.
He will make an attack.
I guess he already had advantage.
He did, yes. Weird.
If it tries to eat him, then he'll have advantage.
That hits. 19 points of damage. And then he swings again. Come out, you stupid die. And he misses. Lorna.
Jeez. Okay, I'm gonna chill touch the one that is attacking Lilith.
Okay.
19 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Pretty good roll. 10.
10 points of necrotic damage. Okay.
She'll stay right where she is.
All right. Nore's turn. Nore is restrained.
Probably get out of that too.
She probably should. Yeah, she'll roll for it. She rolls acrobatics to get out of it. She succeeds. That's her
Yay.
action. She's no longer restrained. Getting out of its grasp. She looks around and everybody seems to be relatively okay, but that's her turn. It's now the Shambling Mound's turn. It whips around and lashes out at Tier. Because he's marked it. That's a hit. Okay. 11. Tier takes 14 points of bludgeoning damage. And then it will try again. And miss.
Great.
It's going to move into Tier square and try and engulf him. Tier needs to make a Constitution saving throw. Tier fails. Tier is restrained.
Damn it.
As this happens, Nori would get an attack of opportunity.
Not Anscombe?
Not Anscombe. It's close. Nori hits.
Make him into salad, Nore.
She stabs him for 7 points of damage.
It's a good start.
Tier does take bludgeoning damage from being engulfed. Tier takes 9 points of bludgeoning.
Ouch.
This really sucks! That's his turn.
Working on it.
Tier's turn. He's doesn't want to be restrained. He's going to try and break out of it. He fails. Tier remains restrained.
Shit. Should have given him advantage.
That's Tier's turn. He will bonus action curse a lot. I don't think he has any. No. It's now Skolna's turn. Skolna will move up
On Speedy.
and stab with advantage the one holding Tier. She hits. That's 8, 10, 14 plus 17, 19, 23 points of damage. And then Skolna will stab again. That hits again.
Stabbing machine.
Yep. It takes 14 points of damage from that stab. Skolna will bonus action disengage again and move up the road once more. This shambling mound is going to surge over Lilith, attempting to trample her. Lilith succeeds, so she is unharmed. And then it's going to batter Anscombe, which it technically has advantage on because the shambling mounds are flanking.
Rude.
It hits the it hits the hell out of Anscombe. Shield won't help. So that's 18 points of bludgeoning damage to Anscombe.
Oof.
And then it swings again. It hits again. These shambling mounds are rolling very well. Anscombe takes 10 points of bludgeoning damage. Lilith's turn. Lilith winds up and around behind the creature. Oh, no, she doesn't. She has another idea. She's going to use bait and switch to shift her position with Anscombe's. And that is going to add 8, or a d8. Hold on. Okay, her AC increases by 2. But it's something.
It's something.
And then she's going to attack. 20 to hit. That hits. Yeah. There's a lot going on. 10 points of slashing. And then she attacks again. Natural 20. Lilith crits.
Cool.
Okay. 6 plus 5 is 11, plus 15 points of piercing damage. And that's Lilith's turn. Anscombe, who was getting battered, looks at Lilith and just says, thanks. And then he runs around to flank for her and is going to attack. As he does, you hear Tier say, oh, I see how it is! And Anscombe just calls back, I'll be with you in a minute! He hits.
Oh, please.
Okay. He hits for 15. Then he swings again. He misses. He's going to action surge and swing again.
Is his fire sword doing...
It's doing reduced damage.
Oh.
These things seem resistant to his fire, which is unfortunate. That hits, though. Rolling. Okay. He deals 9 points of damage that time. And then he swings again with advantage. And hits again. Okay. Can't roll ones, Anscombe. Can't roll ones, Anscombe.
Get it together.
There we go. That's 19 points of damage. All right. Lorna, it's your turn.
I'm trying something new. She's gonna, Tears wrapped up in this one, she's going to look at the Shambling Mound and she's going to cast Wither and Bloom. So it's a con 17 save.
Oh, okay. Okay. 17, you say?
Yes.
So a 5 won't do it then.
No. Is this a magical plant, I'm assuming?
It's a plant.
It says that non-magical vegetation in the area of effect wither.
So this is, okay, so around it does, but this is a,
Yeah,
yes.
I figured, but I was just gonna pitch it. Okay, so it'll do 2d6. That's 7, and I can choose a creature in the
Okay.
area and let it spend its hit die plus my spellcasting modifier heal. So I'm going to give that energy to Tier, so he can roll his hit die and add 5.
Absolutely. He will spend a hit die, which is a D10. He heals for plus your modifier, so he heals for 12. Okay. As that happens, Tier says, "Thank you.
Now try to get out of it.
I'm trying." Anything else on your turn?
That's it.
Okay.
She's sitting pretty away from the mounds.
Yeah. Nore's turn. Nore is going to move up to attack the one attacking Tier. And though she has advantage, she rolled a 1 and a 2.
Oh boy.
She swings again.
She's like, it's just Tier.
Okay, she does hit that time. Okay, that's 11 plus slashing flourish for another 7, so that's 18 points of slashing.
Nice.
And then Nore is going to give a bardic to Tier, and she says, "Come on, get out of it!"
Come on, just get out of it.
Yeah.
Skill issue.
Tier's pretty annoyed looking right now. The Shambling Mound holding Tier is going to move over Nore while holding Tier. Try and engulf her.
No!
Nore needs to roll a con save. She fails! Nore is restrained.
Oh. She's just wrapped up in there with him now.
Yeah, exactly. And she's going to take some bludgeoning damage. Nore takes 10 points of bludgeoning. Now the Shambling Mound is going to slam all creatures restrained by it, which is both of them. So it gets to attack both at advantage. Tier gets hit. Nore gets hit. They both take... Where'd they go? Here they are. 14 points of bludgeoning damage. And then it's going to do that again.
Oh, boy. Oh.
On Tier...
Oh, jeez.
It misses. On Nore... it hits. So Nore takes... 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oof, oof, oof. Oof!
Yeah.
Alright. She's next on the heals list.
It's now Tier's turn. Tier sees Nore getting absolutely fucked up. He considers trying to get out of the mound, but first he's going to reach over and slap her with a Cure Wounds.
Just give her a light slap.
He heals Nore for max. He heals her for 12 points of healing.
Whew.
You can't hate me if you're still stuck in this, you know. Nore's like blood running down her face, just is completely disoriented and doesn't say anything. Skolna's turn. Skolna darts up to this mound and thrusts with the Frostbrand Rapier at advantage. That hits. So 3 plus 5 is 8, plus 6 for the cold. 10 plus sneak attack. Oh man. 15, 16 points of damage. She did not roll well.
Second attack.
Getting there. Have to account for all this damage. Okay. Skolna's second attack is 2 3s to hit. That's not going to do it.
Oof.
Skolna disengages again. This Shambling Mound between Lilith and Anscombe is going to slam each of them. Anscombe first. It misses. Then it slams Lilith. It hits. It's going to whack her with its weird viney tentacles. 19 points of bludgeoning damage.
Jesus. We fought demons, guys. We could beat some bushes.
Tier, with gritted teeth, We were split up! The Shambling Mound's gonna try and engulf Lilith again. Lilith makes a con save. She succeeds.
Thank God.
She avoids getting engulfed. It's now Lilith's turn. Lilith looks at the one between her and Anscombe and then at the one that's got Norre and Tierra wrapped up. And she just shakes her head, turns around, and begins to wail on this one.
Yeah.
That is going to hit. It's a 20. Okay. That's 10 points of piercing. And she swings again. Oh, that just misses. Okay. It's now Anscombe's turn. He has advantage for flanking. He swings. Which is good, because that first roll was a natural 1. He does hit. Okay. He doesn't do a whole lot of damage. That is 10 points of damage total to the Shambling Mound. He swings again. You hear him grunt, "Why are these so tough? It's vines!" He hits it again.
God, I wish I knew Blight.
Yeah, that would have been extremely clutch here. 9 points of damage. Lorna, it's your turn. The Shambling Mounds are slowly being chopped to pieces, but they're still intact.
Yeah, she sees Norre is in rough shape, so she's gonna Withering Bloom worked before, so she's going to upcast it to 3, which increases the hit die that Norre is going to receive by 1. So con 17.
On this one?
Yes.
Okay. That's a 13.
Hooray. Cast. Oh my god, terrible roll. 7. 7 for the damage, but she gets 2 of her hit die plus 5 back.
Okay, her hit die as a bard is, I believe, a d8. Let me check. It is. Okay. Plus 5?
Yes.
Okay. Hold on. Norre heals for 17 plus 5, 22.
Nice. It's almost like we have a healer.
Almost. She just takes in a breath. All right, I've had enough of this.
That's her turn.
Okay. It's now Norre's turn. She is going to forego breaking out, and she's just going to stab it twice. Which is a straight roll because she's technically flanking with Tierra. First one will hit. And the second one misses, but the first one hits, so rolling damage. It's 5, 6 plus... So 10 points of piercing damage. That's her turn. It's now the Shambling Mound that's holding onto Tierra Norre's turn. It's going to slam them, but first it's going to try and engulf Lilith.
Ah!
Lilith rolls a con save. Lilith succeeds. The Shambling Mound is going to slam both of them, so... that misses both of them.
Oh, thank God.
And then it tries again. That hits both of them. So they each take 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oof.
Okay. That's its turn. It's now Tier's turn. He sees Norre no longer trying to get out, and he just... Right. And he just grabs both his swords, upends them, and tries to stab them into this thing that's holding onto him. Here we go. He hits with one attack. The other one misses. But the one that hits is this. So 4 plus 5 is 9, plus a d6. 10. As he thrusts the short sword into this Shambling Mound, he feels the blade hit something remarkably hard, and everybody in the area hears as some sort of seed or nut breaks in half, and the entire shambling mound collapses. Oh, fuck me! All right. He stands up as Norei does. They are no longer restrained. It's now Skolna's turn. Skolna darts around to this one. She has advantage, which is good, because I missed. And misses again! She attacks again! She has 2 attacks.
Olna, what's going on here?
I'm rolling bad. Okay, the first roll hits, so we'll see if that's a crit. It is not. She hits once. Plus this. 8 plus 4 plus 5 is 13 plus sneak attack. 14, 16, 17. That's what Skolna does in her turn. She hits it once. She's going to disengage again and darts over here.
Meow.
The shambling man between Anscombe and Lilith is furious in its attempts to grapple, and it will instead try to grapple Anscombe. Anscombe rolls a con save, and he fails! Anscombe is restrained.
Advantage.
He has advantage.
Because of my... He's
right,
never
right,
used
right.
it.
He hasn't used it. He rolled a 1!
What?
He rolled a 4 and a
You
1.
wasted my
And
silvery
so
barbs.
is restrained.
God damn it.
He does take bludgeoning damage from that. 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
Come on.
The shambling mound is then going to slam Lilith. And it misses. It's then going to slam everyone it's carrying, which in this case is Anscombe, with advantage. Natural 20.
Silvery barbs.
Okay.
Anscombe gets advantage.
Alright. It does hit again, but it's not a crit. So 2... 11, 15 points of bludgeoning damage to Anscombe. And he has advantage, you said?
Yes.
Alright. It's now Lilith's turn. Lilith looks at this thing, and she just begins to slash at it. She hits for 7, and then she swings again. With advantage. And misses. It's now Anscombe's turn. He's going to try and break free with advantage.
Uh-huh.
He does so.
Thank God.
He does spend his action to do it. Lorna, it's your turn.
Wither and Bloom.
Okay.
It's worked. It's
has
worked.
Go ahead and roll it. He has to make a con
it's a
save.
con 17. Yeah.
That's a 16, so it fails.
Yay! It'll take 2d6, and Anscombe is going to get his hit die 10 plus 5 back.
10.
Basically, just extracting the life force of these creatures and feeding them to her friends.
Okay, so that's a d12. Or no, a d10 plus... Okay, he heals for 11.
Nice. This is new spell. It's working.
It's a good time to try it. He's like wiping blood from his face. Norei's turn. Norei sees the shambling mound is taller than Anscombe or Lilith, and she focuses on the air above it as she strums her lyre, and she casts Shatter on the shambling mound.
Just above it. Airwaves.
Yep. It rolled a 15. It fails. So Norei's Shatter is successful. Let's cast this here. Yeah, just fucking blammo. So that's 48. Hold on. Okay, so that's 6, 14, 20, 22 points of thunder damage.
Nice.
With the resounding cascade of thunder coming out of Norei's lyre, the second shambling mound collapses on the ground. And the fight's over.
She'll look immediately at Skolna. This is gonna feel unpleasant. She'll drop haste.
Skolna just, like almost collapses onto a knee, but maintains balance as she feels all of that energy pulled out of her. Okay.
That sucked.
It did. Is everyone all right?
Lorna just refrains from commenting because she is perfectly fine.
Yeah, you weren't touched. Everyone is looking
So she
pretty
just-
battered. So Anscombe sits down for a moment, and
Heroic
is going to
recovery.
take a heroic recovery. Yes,
I would like to use my arcane recovery to get a spell slot back.
go ahead.
What is it up to? Where's my arcane recovery? Up to a combined level of 3rd. I'm going to get a 3rd back.
Okay. Lilith uses heroic recovery. Nora uses heroic recovery. Tier uses heroic recovery. Everyone recovers as much as they can. And Skolna will also. Okay. Your party has kind of gathered themselves after dealing with these shambling mounds. Tier says, so it turns out that shambling mounds that have grown up in Druidic Grove are apparently tougher than those I've read about.
Makes sense. It's great soil.
Right. Let's keep moving, shall we?
Yeah, let's maybe hurry back.
Tier rolls another survival after that little encounter. Okay. You guys continue onward, making your way to, well, the Verdant Circle. You are looking for that shrine to Luminous on the way?
Mm-hmm.
It is simple enough. You find it. It is not as easy to spot without the forest parting ways for you, but you do find it. It is,
She will.
as I've described, there is a small roof with a little, moon glass going through the top, and the shrine itself is small, made of stone. Set into the middle of the stone shrine is a solid white stone that's made to look like a full moon. And beneath it, 2 completely burnt out candles and a bowl.
Could she light those?
Yeah, you could try.
I have Presty.
Right. You Presty the candles, and though they look completely burned out, they light anyway.
Okay. She will place a coin in a suitable place that looks like it would take an offering.
Okay.
The bowl, I'm assuming?
One would assume, yeah.
Okay.
Do you say anything as you do it, or you just place the coin?
I think she would place the coin and say, I've been grateful for your guiding light. I hope to continue to have it.
The gold coin, as it sits in the bowl, and you're kind of kneeling there in front of it as you say that. It's strange. You watch as the gold coin is almost like being eclipsed, as it's disappearing, as if a moon is passing over it, until it is gone.
I think she'll place her hand kind of over her chest where that moon mark is, and also where her moon chain is. And she just, she's swathed in this lady's protection right now, and she is grateful.
Okay. You
And she'll stand up.
feel that presence is there, or maybe you hope it is, or you're not sure, but the coin is gone.
Well, let's keep moving.
Having watched that happen, Nore kind of speaks up. Came a long way from what you told me about that Anosa pendant, huh?
I think we learn through experience whether we want to or not.
Well,
I've learned.
I guess one can't say you're stubborn, right?
I think one can, but I think eventually I get the message.
Behind you, you catch your peripheral of Tear just nodding.
She does not contradict him because he is correct. She just kind of like pouts at him, but doesn't say anything.
Okay. Your party, having stopped to visit the shrine, then continues. It is maybe 7 in the morning when you finally arrive back at the Verdant Circle. It is busy with the preparations toward the feast that's happening tonight.
Lawrence probably stumbles out of the woods, just leaves in their hair.
Yep.
Slept out there and get a perfectly good house to stay in.
No one says anything. No one seems to be
Weird
that
party.
concerned. I mean, it is a druid grove, so people showing up covered in woodland, basically debris, is not new to them. What do you do?
She knows she wants to talk to Reaver, but she assumes that she can probably do that at the feast. I think she is going to see if she can find Grace the healer's shop set up.
Yeah.
That'd be nice if they stocked up on healing potions. And then her intention is to go back to the hermit home.
Okay. Yeah, you follow the instructions you were given the day before that the apothecary, Grace the healer's herbalism shop, is just basically a few houses down from the hermit house. And you might need directions if it was not really obviously a druidic herbalist shop. The entire front of it is covered in these hanging strands of herbs and fungus that are out in the air and drying, and the whole place smells really potent. Not bad, but strong. A moment, please, while I pull up the chart here.
The chart.
Okay, one moment. You see... Right. The shop itself looks like it was hewn out of an enormous mushroom. Almost cliche to that point. But over the door, you see a wooden placard that describes Grace's Remedies and Rare Herbs. The door is closed, but it smells open based on what you can glean, and you hear the sound of someone doing something like a tick 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 of somebody probably mortar and pestiling something inside.
Lorna would go in.
Did you bring anyone with you?
If they wanted to come, they could have. If they wanted to peel off to the cottage to rest before the feast, that's up to them. She didn't have any particular designs to bring anyone, so...
Okay, then we'll just assume they're with you. As you enter the herbalist shop, you see there is a small red-haired halfling who looks up. She has... It's not a crown. It's like a wooden circlet that atop it you see all sorts of these little herbs that are wound around spokes on the circlet. And she looks up at you as she's working on the pestle, and she says, "Oh, hey there.
Hello?
You're the demon bringer. I know that's an old title. And she like plucks a piece of fungus off of the crown and throws it in the pestle and then continues grinding it. Right, you're supposed to be friends now. Sorry, what's your actual name?
Yeah, you can call me Lorna if you'd like.
Okay, you can call me Grace.
Uh-huh. We were here hopefully for some health potions. And maybe something else.
I have plenty of those. How many do you need?
She'll look at everybody. I mean, now's the time to stock up. We've been in trouble before without them.
Oh, she like as you're like looking at your allies, she like looks over in a crate and she says, "I have 3 normal,
Mhm.
and 3 bigger ones. Um, I know the going rate's 50 gold for just a normal light healing potion. I can sell you graders for 150.
Mhm.
But they don't taste good.
Well, that isn't so important in the moment, is it?
Probably not. I got 3 of those too.
Okay. So the 3 regular ones, how much would those be?
50 a piece.
Okay. Does anyone want to go in on those with me?
uh,
I mean, I could pay for all of them, but it would be a huge chunk of my change. I'll buy at least one for me.
Lilith says, I'll buy a normal and a grader for me.
Nice.
And, Skolna sets, like, she holds her hand up and there's a platinum coin between each finger. And she sets 5 platinum on the counter.
50. So she's getting one of the small ones.
Grace, like, looks at all this and she says, oh, okay, all right. Sure. So that's 3 standards, 1 grader. Anscombe speaks up and says, a grader here. I'm going to need it.
Okay.
Okay.
Hearing her out, there's only 1 grader left.
Yeah, just the 1 grader. Anybody, I mean, you don't have to buy it. I'm making more soon. And then there's a pause and Tierra says, right, yeah, I'll buy that one.
Hmm?
You hear him kind of grumbling as he's like, I wanted a Stein did, but everyone... And he steps forward and...
Yes. You have to speak up, Tier.
I didn't expect it to happen so quick. He puts 15 platinum down on the counter. You've bought all of her healing potions. She says, great, okay. Yeah, that... Adventurers, they say they buy out. I guess I didn't take it serious.
You don't get too many adventurers?
No.
I suppose this is a little secluded.
It's
little
a
hard
little
to
out
get
of the
through.
way, yeah. I hear stories of those sentinels just scaring everybody off, which really ain't great for trade. All I ever do now is sell sleep remedies.
Does that mean that's all you have available, or?
Oh no, I got lots. They like to
Okay.
call me Grace the Experimenter. That's not what they say. I hope they say that. Look, I have lots of stuff, okay? I got stuff that can help you, like, resist all the elements and sorts of things like that. I got berries that I've infused with some blight that when you throw them, they... And it's really, really toxic. To living creatures,
Okay.
plants love it, but people don't. Let's see. And she, like, looks in the racks. I also have some tonics and elixirs. And also lots of flavors of tea. Do you like tea?
I love tea.
Great. I got some that really wake you up, get you ready for like a fight. The problem
That's
is
fantastic.
if you drink too much of it, it can be bad for your heart. So don't.
Sparingly.
Yes.
I'm kind of interested in that.
Okay. Sure. Let's see here. It's called Thistlethorn tea. When you drink it, it gives you just really the get up and go to get into a battle. And mechanically, that means it gives you an additional D8 to your initiative rolls for like 8 hours after you drink the tea.
Additional. So it's a alacrity.
Basically, for 8 hours.
Yeah, for 8 hours. Okay. How much is the dose?
I'm sorry. People don't usually want to buy that. For the Thistlethorn, it's
Adventurer.
right, sorry. It's 50 gold per little bag, and a bag gives you like enough for everyone to have a drink. 5 cups, 6 cups maybe.
Okay. Sure, I'll take a bag.
Okay, it's 50 gold.
She will pass over another 50 gold.
Okay, you were handed a Thistlethorn vine, which you recognize in the bag. It like has instructions, like steeping time and everything. There's also, if you're an adventurer, you might. Okay, I'm excited about this one. All right, it's called Tears of the Dryad. Okay, it doesn't have anything to do with dryads when you make it, but it's a really
But
cool
it
name.
sounds pretty.
Yeah. Okay. So, what you do is, if someone is really hurt, like mortally injured on death's door, you give them a healing potion and you mix this into it, and it fixes everything.
What do you mean by everything? Like a grievous injury?
Like if they're missing a limb, or if their eye's gone, or if their like lungs are crushed, something like that, it just comes right back.
Really?
Yeah.
Has this been tested?
Yeah.
Insight.
Okay. Roll an insight check.
I don't think she's trying to like pull one over on me, but I'm wondering if she's overestimating her own ability. 18?
So you don't, with an 18, you don't think she's seen it work, but she's confident it has worked for someone else before.
Like this isn't something she's made up, like she's followed a recipe.
Correct.
Okay, so it has an established history of working in universe.
Yes.
Because she said she was the experimenter.
Look,
Okay.
what I know is if you get real hurt, you drink this soon enough in a healing potion, they come back, or they start coming back.
It can regrow limbs. That's amazing.
Within a big addendum, she like sees your hand missing. Has to have just happened.
No, I understand. Don't worry, I've come to terms with this.
Okay, I just didn't want to get, like, I think that
My
might be
hopes
a,
up.
yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't think about that when I pulled it out.
I understand.
It's also,
It would be nice if I could help my friends avoid that fate, though.
oh yeah, this would totally help with that. I only have the one dose, and it's 150 gold, but if you need it and you have it, it's great.
She'll look at the party. I don't have that much money. It depends on whether you all think it's worth it to pull that together.
Roll a persuasion check.
Okay. Dirty 20.
Everyone in the group kind of like looks at each other, and after a moment, a group consensus is formed, and they all shell out 30 gold pieces, equaling up to
so how many?
150.
Oh, they all do it without
Yeah,
me?
They don't do you at all. One at a time, they all kind of just come up with 30 gold and hand it forward, and she says, "Great, okay, awesome, yeah."
Making bank today.
She holds it out to you. It's a tiny vial. Like, it looks little more than an eyedropper with a sealed bottom. She says, right, before, it's really important, you pour this into a healing potion, any healing potion, and then you feed it to them.
Running pour into healing potion.
And it's got to be within a minute of the grievous injury, or whatever it is.
I spelled grievous. Grievous. I got it. Injury within 1 minute. Wow. Oh, Tears of the Dryad it was called?
Tears of the Dryad, that's right.
Beautiful name.
I didn't make it.
But you sold it.
I did make that, but I didn't make the name. It's passed down. It's a Verdant Circle secret.
Wow.
Yeah.
She will look at her party. This is going to be crucial someday. It might not be for a while, but one of us is going to be really grateful.
Lilith looks at you and she says, yeah, it will be.
Mhm.
Especially considering, where we're going.
Yeah. What, the Dryad? Sorry, the Hydra or...
Like, Lilith's face just falls flat and she says, the Master has a real affinity for that shit.
She does. Well, yes, you are correct.
Can I interest you
Um,
in some poison bomb berries? She holds up a little bowl.
what do those do, Grace?
You throw them, and then when they land, they pop, and poisonous cloud comes out. Really awful.
Oh, is that the thing that the plants really like, but people don't?
Oh, yeah. You throw this at plants, like a tree, and it'll bloom, like, immediately.
Oh, so good for gardening as long as you're not near it.
Oh, yeah, don't be anywhere near it. It'll fuck your day really bad.
Uh,
Pardon my Sylvan. It'll be really horrible.
she'll look at... I don't know. It sounds like something Skolna might have fun with. She just kind of side-eyes the tiefling. Does that interest you?
Skolna looks at... She's, like, looking at the berries, and she looks at you. And then she says, how much? And Grace says, oh, for 10 gold, you can get in there with a hand and just get as much a handful as you want.
That sounds great value.
Skolna, like,
It's a
tilts
mixed
her
bag.
head. What's the catch? Well, they're berries, so they might be a little inconsistent. Like, you might throw one and it's a really big cloud, and then you might throw another and it's a little... So it's not perfect. But the berries, it's really important that they be in pot berries because they'll burst when they land. And I don't really have any other mechanism for that. And Skolna nods. Okay. And she puts 10 gold on the table.
So, Grace, if you threw that whole handful that she's about to take, what would happen?
Oh,
Does it stack?
big old cloud of poison, probably.
So it would expand. So is it more damage or more radius for more berries?
I don't know.
Okay, well, that will be fun to find out.
I've never really, like, usually one berry is enough to kill whatever you're throwing it at. Or at least
Not
it
where
is
we're
out
going.
here. Okay. Maybe be careful.
So it does poison damage?
Oh, yeah. Unless it's a plant.
That'll be great for the Hydra then. We're on our way to kill one.
Oh. Maybe.
I
Some
have it on...
like poison.
Well, I'm planning on talking to Reaver first.
Yeah, he'd know.
Fantastic. Otherwise, maybe I don't know. I'm sure we'll find some use for it.
Oh, I'm
sure.
sure.
Constantly getting into trouble.
You can also, like, set him up in traps. Like, if someone steps on one, that's a cloud.
Ooh, yeah. Like, does Skolna seem intrigued by the
She's
concept?
already, like, got a handful of these, and which her handful is 11 berries.
Nice.
And she, like, looks at them, and some of them are obviously bigger than others. And as she's looking at them, a couple of them just, like, shake a little in her hand, and she's like...
You should put those in glass, maybe.
Yeah. She, like, reaches into her rucksack, pulls out like a leather pouch, and she pours out all these little smoke bombs on the counter, and she puts these poison berries in, and then she tucks that away and begins secreting these smoke bombs all over her body.
Bombs?
Wow, I've never seen anybody do that. Skolna just shrugs as she's putting them away.
Grace, I have a specific question about potential herb.
Sure. I know lots of herbs.
I don't know if you... I wouldn't know if you have a concoction that does this, but maybe an herb that might lead to that. Something that could prevent enchantment or like a psychic control.
Okay.
As a preventative measure for manipulation, I suppose I should say.
Yeah. Okay. She's gonna roll.
Make it like a resistance, but for psychic damage or something. Or, well, no, it's more like she wants to avoid enchantment as opposed to resistance.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. I got a few herbs that could probably do that. But really the strong stuff, which I suspect you're wanting something real potent, you're going to have to go get yourself because I don't have any.
That's fair. I'm just more looking for information. I'm looking at all my avenues for this
So,
project.
and she like begins looking through like the racks of dried herbs, and she's like, warding against charms, mind control, and compulsion magic. Right? That's what we're talking about. Okay, there's Silvervale Sage, there's Ironwood Moss, there's Heartfire Blossom, there's Sablethorn Root. Let's see.
I
There's
suppose what's the strongest?
well,
And then
like
also what's the easiest to find?
I said, the strongest would be Star Petal Fern. I don't have any of that. You'd have to go get it. But I can tell you what it looks like and where you could find it. It's rare, though. You can use it if you brew it down to a really strong reduction. You can make a potion that basically makes you immune to anything mind control-y. You automatically succeed saves against charm and fear effects. And you can't be divinated while under the effects of the potion.
Wow.
But it's hard to find. Star Petal Fern is not common.
I imagine it'd be expensive if you were just going that way.
Oh yeah, if I had some, it would be like 300 gold a handful. And
well, how much would a handful cover for people? Just one dose?
one potion, yeah.
Okay.
And that's before it's made into a potion. Then you have to account all the time for work. That's like a $700 700 gold potion. I don't know what a dollar is. I just slipped into another world there.
Weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if you're looking for something that's not as strong, I have come up with a couple things. I made a mixture of Silvervale Sage and Sablethorn Root. I call it the Unchained Mind.
Okay. Beautiful name.
I made it a long time ago. Let me see if I can dig it up. And she like goes back behind the counter. She seems very excited that someone is asking about herbs. And she comes up with 4 of these violet. They look like tiny, like old school blown glass bottles. They don't look like the typical vials that most potions are anymore. And she sets them on the counter and she says, okay, you drink one of these, and then for 24 hours, you have advantage against any charms, any suggestions, anything that will make you do something you don't want to do. You get advantage on saves against those, and you cannot be possessed by a ghost or other undead spirit. It doesn't have to be a ghost. Just anything that tries to take over your faculties. This potion helps steel your mind against those sorts of things. It's not as powerful as Star Petal Fern, but...
True, but it's immediately available.
It is. I have it right now.
You have 4 doses?
I have 4 of them, yeah. Each one lasts a day.
How much would that cost?
For all 4? I mean... Well, for all 4, I'd need... You see she's like mulling it over. Well, it was both... For all 4, I need 180 gold.
That's not bad. It's more than I have. Hold on, she's like paging through all of the stuff she has. Do you take trades?
What do you got?
God, nothing a fucking herbalist would want. I say angrily to myself.
I mean, if you're willing to go out and hunt some star petal, I'll make a straight trade for some of that.
Okay, well, how about where is it first?
That's the tricky part. Okay. They're generally... Well, firstly, it's in the Underdark. So, you're going to have to go to the nearest, rift or crevice. Which I know where one might be, but then you're in the Underdark, and it's pretty dangerous down there. Let's see. The
I
closest one. What?
I have some family from the Underdark. I've heard lots about how terrible that place is.
Okay. Well, if you happen to find yourself down there, visiting old cousins or whatever, whenever you see a chasm or a crevice, star petal fern always grows right where the light shines from the overworld down.
Mm-hmm.
That's where it'll grow. That's where you'll find it. And it only grows and only blooms when it's night on the surface because it's star petal.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll know it when you see it because it looks like a fern, except the leaves open and you can see stars on them.
Okay. That would be a really big detour.
I understand if you don't have the scratch or you don't have the time, that's okay. I can always just give you some of the basic stuff. I have a little bit of I have some witch hazel bark, which just gives you advantage on saves against charms, which might help.
Just all charms?
Like charm effects, like if someone tries to command or suggest or dominate you, it just gives you a little pep. Except you don't make it. It's gross. You chew it and then
In the moment, or does it last a certain duration?
it lasts an hour. So when you think it's going to happen, you just pop some in your mouth like, chewing gum, and you kind of have to struggle through that because it tastes gross, but
Sure. Would you have enough for all of us to take a dose?
all of you, well, a strip is good for about 3 uses, and there's 6 of you.
So 2 strips?
So 2 strips, they're 20 gold apiece. Because I had to dry them and treat them, so it's 40 gold.
Okay. Would you have... Just wondering. I don't know if this cover the whole cost or if you'd even want it, but I have this. And she pulls out a stick of dynamite.
What is that?
It's dynamite. Black powder stick.
What does it do?
It blows up.
How?
I don't know. I mean, Lorna would know. Can she explain it?
Yeah, you can explain. It's like a blast powder stick. And you explain that you ignite the fuse, and after a short period, it explodes in a big radius. Oh, that's quite handy.
I don't know if you could use that in your herbalism.
You might be surprised. Some of those
You could
minerals.
use some parts of it. You could break it down.
Ironwood moss is real hard to harvest.
Oh, so you could blow it up.
I could, and the ironwood tree would not give any shits. Again, pardon my Sylvan. Yeah, I'll trade. I'll take that. Does 20 gold sound good for that?
Sure. So 20 gold for the 2 strips of hazel.
Yeah.
What was it?
It's witch hazel bark.
Witch hazel bark. Sure.
Okay, deal. And she holds out these 2 long, like, dark brown and slightly gnarled with, like, veins of blue, like dark blue running through it. And each one's, like, maybe a foot long, and she holds them out to you. You just snap off a little piece of it and pop it in your mouth, and hope it doesn't taste too bad, because it's kind of an acquired taste, I hear.
Well, I don't know if we'll need to be making a habit of it, but it's good to have on standby, I think.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Especially if you're going up against, like, creatures that like to charm people and stuff.
Precisely. Charm effects, charm spells, sorry, advantage on...
Charm, dominate, and fear effects.
Charm, dominate, and fear effects for 1 hour. Okay. I hand over this dynamite to this this halfling. This black powder.
She's very, like, interested.
Ooh.
Oh, it smells so weird. Okay.
No fire near it unless you want it to explode.
Right. Oh, right. Okay.
I just introduced black powder to this druid's grove.
You did. She says, I'll keep it with the heart fire. That stuff.
Lorna heralds in a new era of tragedy in this druid's grove. Yes, keep it with things that you don't ever want to expose next to fire, unless you want the expected result.
Okay. Oh, I forgot to mention something. The witch hazel bark.
Mhm.
Sometimes, for some people, it has this weird side effect that keeps them from lying.
Okay.
It's not all the time, and it's only some people, but for some reason, when they're chewing it, they cannot lie.
Only when they're chewing it,
Only when they're
not when
chewing it.
the hour after. Okay. Is it that they're compelled to just suddenly start speaking
No, no, no.
truth, or if you ask them a question, they might tell you the answer?
It's not like they are a blabbermouth. It's just
Uh-huh.
they have a hard time trying to tell something that they know isn't true. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
I guess none of us should talk while we're chewing if we don't want to say anything, right? And she'll look at everybody.
Everyone seems unamused.
Oh,
But
well,
Tier says, right, I mean, what have we got to hide anyway?
exactly.
Hello, Miss Bitchface. We don't like you and we want to kill you. And Grace says,
Mm.
oh, I guess.
Pardon his Sylvan.
Right. Anyway, is there anything else you need? I have lots of things.
Well, I'm running out of money. She'll look at the party. Is there anything else anyone's particularly interested in?
You mentioned something about boosting resistances to the elements and stuff. Does that include, like, magic and stuff? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got lots of stuff that protects you from magic. Let's see. And she, like, roots through a box, and she pulls out, like, what looks like a little wooden pot. This is Sylvan Tonic. You rub it in to your skin, and it makes magic just kind of not stick to you for a little while.
Hmm.
Wait, what do you mean? Well, spells have a harder time affecting you when Sylvan Tonic's on you, you know?
Is it advantage on saving throws for magical effects?
No, it's not quite like that. Are you familiar with the Sanctuary spell?
Is Lorna? She's not super
Yeah,
religious.
you're proficient in Arcana, so you know what the Sanctuary
Sure.
spell is. It's kind of like that, but all the time.
Okay.
Just
For
if
as long as
someone,
it lasts.
yeah, it's on your body for I think an hour, depending on how much you rub in.
And you just got to get lubed up for combat.
Yeah, you just gotta really kind of slather it on like sunscreen. Nolu calls it spell screen. I think that's fair. And it just kind of helps you not get spells cast on you. It's not perfect, but it helps.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how much for a pot of Sylvan Tonic? Oh, we just, for this pot, and she pulls the lid off and smells it. 50 gold, it's still fresh. And Anscombe's like, okay, sure. And he puts 50 gold down on the counter and buys a pot of Sylvan Tonic. I mean, what's the worst that'll happen? It doesn't work. I'll get hit by a spell anyway. Well, I got lots of other stuff, but kind of seems like you guys might want to, stock up on cash a little bit before spending it all here. But my door's always open.
Good to know. Thank you, Grace. I appreciate it.
I mean, I do close at 6 o'clock, but it's open the rest of the day.
We may be back.
Yeah, okay. I'll see you then. And she goes back to making whatever it was she was making with the mortar and pestle.
Mm-hmm. I think that was a very rejuvenating process.
Oh, yeah. This smells so good. Smell this.
She will smell it.
It's like mint and eucalyptus, but like very mellow. It just, you feel like refreshed.
We stopped at Bath and Body Works.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I hope I'm not, like, allergic to spell screen or whatever this is.
Well, we'll find out, won't we?
The hard way. Can't wait. And I believe your next stop was what?
Home.
Home.
Our base of operations here.
Right. As you head back to the hermit house, and you've bought a bunch of herbal remedies and protections and teas and potions and such, I think that is where we will call it for tonight's session.
What? Really?
Yeah.
How long have we been playing for?
We're at an hour and a half.
Can I just say something?
Of course. We just don't have time to hit, like, the feast or the next stage.
What?
I know.
Jesus.
Sure. If you've got any last little thing, go ahead.
Lorna didn't have anything before the feast. But it's like early in the morning, so she knows she has time. I have the ability to make a transmuter stone.
Yeah.
It just takes 8 hours. So I would like to start that process.
Oh, you could totally finish that by the time of the feast.
Great.
It's 8 in the morning right now.
Yeah, so like she has no intention of going out and fighting something or, talking to anybody. She'll talk to Reaver at the feast.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, you go ahead and begin the process of making a transmuter stone. If there's any, like, RP or any moments you wish to have with any of the NPCs in your party while you're working on this transmuter stone, totally think about that. We can either handle them next session or we can handle them in written. Just let me know.
Fine. Okay.
Jesus.
He loves you.
I know. All right. So, yes, that is where we will call tonight's session.
Okay.
Those shambling mounds, they took a lot out of you, unfortunately. All right. I hope you had a good time. And to those of you who are at home or at work watching, hi, Penn. Hi, Emily. Hi, class. Hi, everybody else. We love you all, and I wish you a good night.